We're at Kiel Golf Centre with TG Test Pro Neil Wayne, and we are talking Kirkland irons. In this video, we're going to show you how the Kirkland irons compare against the P790 and help you, or try to help you, decide whether they're a sound investment, because they do represent a massive saving against a set of P790s. But where do we need to start? What do you need to know about this iron? Well, it's really fair to say, Neil, that Kirkland have been disruptors in the industry already.
Yeah, they certainly have out this time. We've seen it where they've come to market with different various things, especially the golf ball. Obviously, did a cheaper version, basically, of the premium golf balls with the U-frame cover. So, I think Kirkland are at the party really with a lower end of the budget for golfers, aren't they? I would say. Okay,
and I think we've got to say that this is a model that's ruffled a number of feathers out there already. Basically, that TaylorMade have lodged a lawsuit against Costco because they feel that the model infringes upon some patents that they own that were employed on the P790. And probably worthwhile just pointing out that a TaylorMade engineer that worked on the original P790 left the company and went to work for the company that designed for Costco and actually worked on this iron. So it's no surprise that there is a legal battle going on over them. That's a legal battle which is yet to be settled as well. Also, P790, it's an iron which has been not through the courts, but it's sort of had patent infringements before as well with PXG. So there's a lot to battle for here, especially when this iron is pitched in at such a cheap price now.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to battle for here because, like you've just mentioned there's so many infringements because it's like a flagship iron, isn't it? This construction, all the tech that's in there is basically the way that most manufacturers want to go because, like I said before, P790 really, and that construction, should we say, of an iron is flagship.
Okay, and if you look at the last 8 years, there aren't too many irons that have sold in bigger numbers than what the P790 has.
Don't think there are any, are there really?
Okay, so it's really important then to tell you that the two models are not exactly the same. On the Kirkland, there's no mention of anything being forged at all.
No.
On the P790, the face is forged and then the body is cast. That isn't the case with this one now.
No, you can see here, so we've got, it says stainless steel, we aren't told what steel, obviously. We've got the stainless steel hollow body, we've got the U-train insert, obviously the tungsten weight in there. Now, normally when people put, or manufacturers should I say, put tungsten into a product, Sam, you tend to find that bumps the price up considerably, doesn't it? I remember when tungsten came to the market, and a few golf irons in the past, they've always been at a premium price, haven't they, as soon as you've got tungsten weight there. So, to be fair to Kirkland, fair play to doing like a budget priced iron and with that technology in there. Obviously you got your True Temper Elevate 115 shaft in there, which
quite a heavy shaft.
Yeah, you just took the word right out of my mouth, which I feel is quite heavy for this, and there's no changing that, guys. So something that you have to consider if you're somebody on the slower swing speeds, or you prefer something that's a little bit lighter. That's something to you've got to consider.
Okay. So let's just have a talk about shapes, because P790, part of the reason they've sold in such big numbers is that they're beautiful shapes.
Yeah.
They attract an audience from a vast array of golfers. It feels to me like the Kirklands are not nearly as nicely shaped.
No, they aren't. So if we talk about when you pass me an address, I don't like how shiny it is. It's very like bright, and I'm not a huge fan of chrome. I just think that the toe line is very, very sharp.
Very sharp.
And then I don't like how rounded this is here at the leading edge. So I don't think that would be fantastic, Simon, for like turf interaction, especially when you're playing on firmer conditions. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not absolutely horrendous looking, but in my opinion, looking at it compared to a P790, there isn't really a comparison in terms of the looks.
Okay, and let's just mention on here what is on the hosel. So it has got forged written on the hosel, and yet there's nothing to say that anything in the head is actually forged.
Right, okay. Yeah. It's okay.
Okay, so we've actually been out and hit them, and let's have a look at the data between the two different models.
Yeah, so in terms of data, I think what a lot of golfers will pick up on straight away, oh, there's not a huge amount of difference there, 7 yards for the value for money, But in my opinion, I think that there is. I mean, you look at what we want from this kind of constructed iron, we would want to see fast face, High launch, low spin is what we're looking for. And you can see from half a degree, I'm giving up quite a lot there, Simon, in terms of the ball speed. And then through that, I'm not getting the same sort of peak height out of the Kirkland, which is giving me a shallower descent angle. And that's at my speed. I would definitely be on that. For an amateur golfer, I would be on the highest swing speed spectrum for 7-9, 100%.
Okay.
I think if you put that in a slower speed, in terms of club speed golfer, combined with a heavier shaft, I think you would even see more of a gap in those numbers.
Okay, so essentially the P790 is one of the most complex irons to make in the whole of the TaylorMade family.
Yeah.
So it's a very precise model, and it just sort of feels like you're trying to make a very, very cheap P790 in the Kirkland irons. There's no speed pocket in the sole.
No.
You know, the face is not going to be as thin, it's not as flexible. So it might look a lot like a P790, but it's not going to perform like
I don't think you can. It's not possible, is it, in my opinion? So I might be wrong. I don't think it's possible to have the construction and all the tech in a P790 for such a cheap price. I don't think it's possible to manufacture.
Okay, so just to say on the data then, that the loft is slightly stronger on the P790, so you get more ball speed.
Yeah.
But like we hear a lot, that you can get strong lofted irons nowadays to launch higher, fly higher, and hit the green at a steeper angle. Okay, you lose a bit of spin.
Yeah.
But essentially that's pretty much what we'd expect.
Yeah, definitely. Stopping power is what we want. We'd want a steep descent. Let's say I just felt when I was hitting the 790, it was effortless as well. I don't know if it's because just the feel off the face, the forge face, but there's definitely a difference in. We didn't pick up hugely. There wasn't a huge amount of difference in the sound, was there? We said.
No.
But I could definitely feel a difference in the strike with the 790.
Okay, so the $1 million question, would you go and buy a set? But let me answer this first, okay? Because for less than £500, that's a very, very cheap set of irons compared to paying £1,200 or more for a set of TaylorMades. But once I've put them in my bag, are they going to perform like a P790? No.
No.
Am I going to be proud to use them every single week when I go and hit the golf course? Probably not.
No.
But there most definitely is a market for a great set of irons under £500.
Definitely. And another thing that we need to add for the P790 is there's so many different options. Loft, lie angle, shaft options are absolutely endless. Like, you know, we've covered shafts and the importance of club shafts in previous videos. And you've just literally got off the rack here, haven't you? Go into the store, get them, and that's how they are. And which, again, is not really beneficial to optimising your game. But like you've said, if it's not important that you want to get premium product, then yeah, maybe it is an option. For me personally, and I wasn't in this category where I would try and save a little bit extra money and go for the P790.
Okay, there's a ton of information there. If you like the video, hit the like and subscribe button. If you've got any comments or questions, leave them below and we promise to answer every single sensible one. We'll see you next time.